What is the core condition of client-centered therapy? Core condition of client-centered therapy, psychology. Congruence and being non-judgmental. What is the core condition of a client-centered therapy? Congruence and being non-judgmental. Client. Congruence. When a researcher takes a decision to reject the null hypothesis when it is actually true, he commits null hypothesis but it is true. Type 1 error. False positive. False. Type 2 false negative. A basic intelligence predict our abilities in varied academy area. The idea of intelligence given by basic intelligence predict our abilities. Spearman general intelligence. General intelligence underlying all cognitive tasks. Multiple abilities. Gardner multiple intelligence. Basic intelligence predict our abilities in varied academic area. Idea of intelligence given by Spearman's general intelligence. Spearman's general factors. All cognitive tasks. Predict our abilities in varied academic area. Basic intelligence. Spearman's general intelligence. The counselor who constantly behave in accordance with their own values. The counselor who constantly behave in accordance with their own values and perception are exhibiting genuineness, congruence, genuineness. Counselors who consistently behave with their own values and perception. So genuineness. A characteristic pattern of a behavior. Characteristic pattern of a behavior of a deposition. Behavior of a deposition. To feel and act. A characteristic pattern. Assessed by self-report, inventories and peer reports is called. Behavior and depositions. Behavior assurance to feel and act. Assessed by self-report, खुद का report, inventory and peer reports. Trait बोलते हैं. Definition of personality trait, consistent pattern across situation. Trait गुण as assessed for self-report. What does reflection means in the context of active listening? Reflection means context of active listening. Active listening, sunna. Repeating and clarifying the client's thought. Reflection means repeating and clarify the client's thought and feeling. Thought and feelings. Reflections. Mirroring back what the client said to show understandings, not diagnosing or giving solutions. Not diagnosing or giving solutions. Reflection means in the reflections, repeating and clarifying the client's thought and feelings को the reflections बोलते thoughts and feelings context of active listening, repeating and clarifying the client's thought Reflection means mirroring back what the client said to show, जो कहता है said to show दिखाने के लिए. Understanding not diagnosing or giving solution. Repeating. A lingering focus of pleasure seeking energize. Lingering delay करता है. Focus of pleasure seeking energize at an earlier psychosexual stage in which conflicts were unresolved is fixation. A lingering focus of pleasure seeking energize at an early psychosexual stage. A lingering focus of pleasure seeking energize at an earlier psychosexual stage में focus of pleasure in which conflicts were unresolved. Fixation. Freud's concept fixation occurs when conflict is at a psychosexual stage is not resolved. Conflict at psychosexual stage is not resolved. Technique of a systematic desensitization was developed by. Desensitization was developed. J. Wolf. Technique of systematic desensitization. Systematic desensitization of phobia, bhaya, based on counter conditioning. A counselor needs to have the following qualities. Counselor needs to have following qualities except high achievement motivation. Counselor needs to have following qualities. High achievement motivation. Core counselor qualities: empathy, daya, active listening, communications, genuineness. High achievement motivation is more for competitive fields, not essential for counseling. Except ये काउंसलिंग के लिए नहीं, competitive fields के लिए. Any counseling approach that incorporates finding and techniques selected from diverse theoretical systems. Any counseling approach that incorporates finding and techniques selected from diverse theoretical systems. Eclectic approach. Any counseling approach that incorporates finding any techniques selected from diverse theoretical systems. Eclectic approach. Diverse theoretical system. Eclectic approach. Selected from diverse theoretical system. Eclectic approach means and analysis refers to repeated testing for difference between the desired outcome and what currently exists. अभी जो है डिजायर्ड आउटकम और क्या चाहिए. रिपीटेड टेस्टिंग्स. सॉल्विंग स्ट्रैटेजी वेयर आर यू रिड्यूस द गैप बिटवीन करंट स्टेट एंड गोल स्टेप. डिफरेंस बिटवीन द डिजायर्ड आउटकम. रिपीटेड टेस्टिंग्स मीन्स एंड्स. Which of the following is not a characteristic of self-actualized person? According to Maslow, self-actualized person characteristics accept themselves, include negative emotions without shame, lajja, including negative emotion. They live creatively, have efficient perception, are sensitive to fakeness. They feel accept their negative emotion. No. Accept including negative emotion without shame. They self-actualization actually they receive negative emotion without shame. Live creatively, have efficient perception, sensitive fakeness. Learning disabilities involve significant difficulties in one or more specific. Learning disabilities involve significant difficulties in one or more specific cognitive process that may be attributed to. Learning disabilities involve significant difficulties in one or more specific cognitive process. Involve inherited brain dysfunction. Disabilities involve significant difficulty in one or more specific cognitive process that may be attributed to. Learning disabilities are neurological, not due to cultural. Learning के disabilities है neurological, not due to cultural diversity or delayed overall development. Are neurological, not due to cultural diversity or delayed overall development. Neurological, not due to cultural diversity. Disability are neurological. Learning disabilities, not due to cultural diversity or delayed overall development. The general adaptation syndrome model was given by the general adaptation syndrome model was given by Siley adaptation. Resistance, exhaustion, adaptation, upjohn, Siley. Which of these is not an element of health belief model? Health belief model elements perceived susceptibility. Health belief create a bhaya, perceived severity. Dharana benefits, perceived barriers, push to action, self-efficacy. सोशल डिजर्व सामाजिक डिजरेबिलिटी हेल्थ के लिए नहीं है इच्छा. सेल्फ एफिकेसी क्यूज टू एक्शन एक्चुअली psychology is defined as the study of behavior and mental processes. Behavior and mental process. Emphasis scientific methods cover both about behavior and covered mental process. According to Erikson, a sense of competence develop out of the resolution. Which of the following crisis? Erikson, sense of competence develops. Industry versus inferiority. Sense of competence develops out of the resolutions of which of the following crisis? Industry versus inferiority. Stages 4, 6, 12 years. Success in school, work, industry, competence, failure, inferiority. According to Erikson, a sense of competence develops out of the resolution of which of the following? Sense of competence develops out of resolution of which of the following crisis? Industry versus inferiority. 4, 6, 12 years. Success in school, by work, industry, competence. According to the Erikson, sense of competence develops out of the resolution of which of the following crisis? Sense of competence develops. Industry versus inferiority out of the resolutions. Stage 4, 6, 12 years. Success in schools, by work, by industry, competence, failure, inferiority. Industry versus inferiority. For 6, 12 years. School, work, industry, competence, failure. According to Erikson, a sense of competence develop out of the resolution of which of the following? Industry versus inferiority. Industry versus inferiority. According